So, can I see your ID, please?
Yes, sir. Here it is.
Yeah. What's your full name?
My full name is Shah MD Amin Ahsan.
Thank you. Here's your ID back. Okay. So, in the first part of the IELTS speaking test, I would like to ask you some question about yourself. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Uh, what's your nickname?
Well, my full name is Shah MD Amin Ahsan. Some people call me Amin, but in my office, formally people like to call me Ahsan. But normally, most of the people call me Amin, and I also prefer to address me as Amin.
Amin.
Yes.
Do you know the meaning of it?
Yes, the meaning of Amin is truthfulness.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about your hometown. Where are you from?
Well, I was born and brought up in Rangpur, and I stayed there for back in 1990. I born in Rangpur, and I have stayed there for more than 15 years. But because of my study, I left my hometown back in 2010. From then, I have been staying outside of my Rangpur, and right now
Where have you been living then?
and I went for my study purpose in Dhaka. I completed my graduation from University of Dhaka, and right now I am a full-time job holder and staying at Panchagod district. It's about 300 kilometers away from Rangpur district, but I truly miss my hometown.
Yeah. Well, what one thing you especially miss about your hometown?
Especially, I miss the natural beauty of Rangpur. I have already experienced more than 10 districts of my country. I have never seen this kind of natural beauties which is available in Rangpur. For example, we have many beautiful parks and gardens, and we have the second largest zoo in our country, and it is enriched with different kind of animals. So whenever I get chance to visit Rangpur, I don't miss to go these beautiful parks, gardens, and the zoo.
And how is that different than the city of Dhaka?
Yeah, there are huge differences between Rangpur and Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital city of our country, and the population density is much more higher than the Rangpur, whereas the lesser amount of people live in Rangpur. And wherever you go in Rangpur, you will find that population density is very low. And in Dhaka, almost 3 million people live, and the accommodation problem, the traffic problem, and the air pollution, noise pollution is very common, and it's nearly impossible to live a healthy life in Dhaka. Whereas in Rangpur, I can breathe properly. I can take fresh air, wherever I go, and you will not find any kind of traffic congestion in Rangpur.
Right. What do people do in Rangpur for making a living?
In Rangpur, most of the people live by doing business, and they are doing their family business. Some people also fond of starting new business. And
what do you understand by family business?
Family business, it means that the business came from their father or grandparents. For example, in my home, my elder brother is doing doing the business which truly came from my grandfather. My grandfather had a business about making furnitures, and still we had the business, but my elder brother is looking after the business. So this is very common in our Rangpur hometown, that they look after the grandfather's or father's business.
Okay, so what one thing you don't like about living in Rangpur?
Well, there are few things actually I don't like, because after declaring as a division, Rangpur has become one of the most desirable city, and people started coming to live here. As a result, the number of vehicles and the transportation modes has increased rapidly. So the traffic congestion nowadays that is occurring in Rangpur, I strongly dislike. And another thing, the medical facilities that is available in Rangpur, it is very costly and time consuming. As a northern district of Bangladesh, I think the medical facilities should be much more cheaper and very convenient. But it's unfortunate, the medical facilities and the medical technicians and doctors, they are very expensive actually.
Thank you very much, and that is the end of your IELTS speaking test part 1.
Yeah. Yes.
Now
Thank
let's move on, and in
Yes.
part 2, I want you to describe a time you had to finish something very quickly. So here is your topic card. You also have 1 minute to plan your answer. So here is a piece of paper.
Yes. Thank you. But I have to finish something quickly.
Yes, can you start now?
Yes, sure. Okay. Well, I have done so many difficult tasks very quickly in my life, but the memorable and noticeable event that I'm going to talk about, it happened back in 2015. I started working as a research assistant at A2I, Access to Information, and when I started working there, my immediate boss gave me a problem. It's about analyzing a data by using programming language R, and it was an emergency call from our higher authority that they should get the result within 5 minutes, and my higher authority will submit it to the Prime Minister's office. So my boss gave the responsibility to me, and I was get nervous for the first time, because I had some little knowledge, theoretical knowledge about programming language R, but I didn't give up. I tried my best, and I thought for a few minutes. Then I decided that I will solve the problem. And I just talked with some of my senior brothers who had solved this kind of problem before. So by getting some instructions and techniques from them, I tried my best, and I decided that I will do it. And finally, within 5 or 10 minutes, I successfully completed the difficult task. And still I wonder that how I solved that problem. Because at that time I was a novice person, and I didn't have any practical knowledges. Just using my theoretical knowledge and talking with my seniors, I completed those kind of difficult tasks. So when I submitted the task to my immediate boss, my feeling was like I was over the moon, and it truly encouraged me at that time. And still, whenever I face this kind of problem, I try to motivate myself. Yes, I can solve this kind of problem because I had this kind of experiences. So I tell my junior brothers and sisters and my siblings that don't be afraid when you got an unexpected problem, because if you have enough courage and if you have the desire to solve any problem, you will be able to solve the problem. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for talking about the topic. Can I get back the pen and paper?
Yeah, sure.
And that is the end of your IELTS speaking test, part 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, in part 3, let me ask you some question
Yes.
about the topic, or I might ask you some question
Yes.
not related to the topic. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. What do you think? What motivated you to do the challenge or the task that you had to finish quickly?
Well, in my perspective, that the motivation that really works for me, that I don't want to hear from people that I can't. If people say that Amin Hassan is unable to solve a problem, then it truly attacks it. It truly makes me despondent. I don't want to hear this kind of words or sentences from people around me. So it encouraged me deeply. And another thing that I always believe, that if I solve a problem, and if I try to solve a problem, then it will also help me to solve next problem in next days, in my future life. So if I fail, then no problem. But if I don't try, then I will be unhappy, and it will not help me to fight again.
So it is mainly your self-confidence.
Self-confidence, exactly.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Why people spend long time having meals?
Having meals. Yeah, some people are obsessed about taking meals, and they have some obsession about eating different kinds of foods. And they, although they know the wrong effects, but negative effects or of having long meals or different kind of foods, but I think the greed or obsession, they can't actually avoid. So this is how I think some people thinks.
And what are some examples of works that are needed to be done quickly?
Yeah, some serious tasks, some serious works that need to be done quickly. For example, in operation theater, doctors and nurses, they are responsible for doing some sensitive works. And if the neuroscience related operation, I came to know from my younger sister. Currently she is a doctor, and she told me that some operation which are regarding about the neuroscience. So these operations required only few minutes. If doctor fails to complete the operation within the time, then it will cause a serious effect to the patient. So this kind of works, I think, need to be done very quickly. Another thing is, I think, the person who work in the production sector in pharmaceutical companies, who run the machineries about manufacturing the chemicals or the medicines. So if they fail to operate the machines within the given period, then it will cause serious effects, and the huge amount of medicine can damage. So they need precautions, and they need to be punctual at the same time.
Yeah, also at the same time, they need to be very concentrated.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, and that is the end of your IELTS speaking test.
Okay, thank you so much.